Good afternoon, everyone. Aron here from the Worley Bugger Fly Company, bringing you your Yakima River Fly Fishing Report live from the Yakima River. A few changes this week. Water was pretty consistent starting into the week. However, last night they opened up the reservoir, so river currently running about 32 to 3,400 in the Cle Elum section. So below that, significantly more with all the tributaries that feed in. Water temperature roughly 54 degrees, which is a great temperature for trout. That's kind of when their metabolism goes into overdrive and the bite is on. River visibility, not great, knee to thigh deep. However, the fishing seems to be okay. We've had a pretty good day considering the conditions. Lots of particulates in the water, lots of debris. A lot of that cottonwood snot, pine needles, leaves, etc. On the verge of warm water, but not quite. Anyhow, insect-wise, salmon flies just finishing up, starting into golden stones, which I've seen the first adult golden stone up in Cle Elum today. So those will be coming up here. Yellow sallies, caddis, blue wings, and of course March browns, all out and about. Nymphing's been good. Dry flying is good. Right situation, right time of day. But general consensus, fishing pretty good. Just a reminder, if you're coming out and you're unfamiliar with the river or the section of river you're fishing in, consult a fly shop, whether it be us or somebody else. Make sure that you're safe, you know what's going on. We've already had a couple of drownings this year, and we're just starting into the summer season. Water's extremely cold. Cold water shock is certainly something that you would have to contend with if you were to go in the water. Anyhow, stay safe out there. Know before you go, live to fish another day. If you have any questions, feel free to call the fly shop. I'm more than happy to assist you. If you want to come out with us on the river, we'd love to have you. Be happy to see you. Think a few days ahead. Try not to book last minute if you can help it. We'll certainly accommodate if we can, but as of now, we've been generally a few days out.
Good morning once again. Steve from the Worley Bugger. Just a quick update to add to Aron's from yesterday. They did a release of water from the reservoir. So yeah, lots of water in the river. Going to be hard to wade. The water clarity definitely better today. We'll see what happens. See if the river kind of stabilizes here today, or if we're going to see more water in the river. And the gauging stations will, of course, give us some kind of explanation of what's going on there with it. Although we're not getting a perfect reading from them by far. I mean, this is a lot of water in the river here. I'd say, she's bank full almost, so probably pushing upwards of 3,500 cubic feet, moving right along, with good flow. Lots of bugs around, lots of caddis, starting to see some golden stones yesterday, PMDs, so kind of starting to refocus into our summer mode. But we shouldn't have many more of these water events like this. I mean, once the reservoirs get control of the river and we see deposits of water from the reservoirs, it'll be pretty consistent day by day, and that's what'll happen with the fishing too. The fishing will just get consistently good throughout the rest of the year. So if you're worried about booking a trip or coming over fishing because the river is you know, not going to be in great shape, then I think we're pretty much through all of that spring hazard. So one thing I wanted to touch base on, that's kind of why I came to Rinehart this morning, was I recently had a conversation with Corey Wright. He's one of the Kittitas County Commissioners, and he also heads up the Yakima River Access Committee, which I've been a founding member of that now. But since COVID, we really have not been able to get anything done with the Access Committee. It's been really difficult. We've lost members and just, you know, other issues, you know, government issues kind of kept us from meeting, you know, in person and just really trying to get something going. So once I had a conversation with the commissioner, he wanted me to just kind of reach out to the public, reach out to the guiding community, and see if anybody is interested in sitting on a subcommittee where we can start to kind of rebuild some access. And you can see this is our boat launch here at Rinehart Park. And you can see how terrible it is. I mean, big, direct, heavy flow, you know, right along the boat launch. You know, and we got a 3-foot drop here to drop your trailer in. No real place upriver to try and come in and land. So this is just one option, you know. And of course, everybody that fishes the river knows that, you know, we lost Bristol Flats, you know, due to a big housing development that's trying to go in there. And, you know, there's not really any chance of that reopening. So, you know, we're losing more and more accesses. Eventually, Ringer Road is going to be gone. So, for people in the fishing business, I mean, it makes sense for us to get together and try and coordinate some new access points along the river. We have the plan all in place. All we need is just some people, you know, that are motivated, that want to get this done. And it's just hard to do with, you know, 1 or 2 people. So I'm going to be compiling a list over the next you know, 30-60 days. So anybody that would like to sit on the subcommittee, it's a volunteer position, of course, we'd love to have you. So reach out to me. You can email us at the shop, worleybugger@fairpoint.net. You can call, whatever's more convenient for you. If you have any questions about it, you can give me a jingle. But, you know, we'd love to have the guiding community. We'd love to have the recreational users that come over that are frustrated with access. And, you know, we're seeing these bottleneck issues happening, you know, in the upper river. You know, we're seeing it in the lower river, you know, and we're seeing it through the farmlands. So the more access points that we can get, we can spread the pressure out on the river, because, you know, the river's only getting better and better, and there's just more and more users every year. So the more and more people just, you know, beating, you know, just 3 or 4 sections of the river to a pulp just doesn't make sense for the fishery and the health of the fishery. So the more access points there is, the more we can spread out pressures, you know, and keep the river on an up momental swing. So everybody have a good holiday weekend. Be safe, travel smart. If you're on the river, use your head. We've already had several drownings here. We had a drowning earlier in the week in the county. So the river's high, so use good judgment, use good common sense, folks. All right?
So tight lines, hope to see everybody out on the water. Have a great week.